This is CHS TV News.
Good morning, Cathedral. We hope you had a great long weekend. I'm Paige.
And I'm Jadena with your morning announcements for Monday, March 7th.
Let's start off the show with a message from Mr. Daly.
Good Monday morning, Cathedral. Hope I'm not throwing off everybody's rhythm by being on the PA on Monday morning. Usually Tuesday's my day. Changed things up this week. Again, I know I've mentioned Mrs. Fortino several times, but we've got the playoffs this week in both boys basketball and girls volleyball. And of course, we thank the staff and students, especially the volunteer staff, for all those teams and our students who have had great seasons. Every time I watch any of our teams play, I'm very proud of the way the players conduct themselves, and we wish all of our students and teams good luck this week. We got boys basketball tonight, and we got girls volleyball playoffs tomorrow. But Mrs. Fortino, I remember fondly, she's been in a lot of our games, cheering on all the teams that Mr. Fortino was coaching over the last several years, and she actually used to yell at the refs quite a bit, which I enjoyed, to be honest with you. Again, she was a great friend of Cathedral, a great fan of Cathedral. All her children went here, and we will miss her dearly. And again, please keep her family in your prayers this morning. It's obviously the last week before March break, so everybody, let's have 5 good days. Let's get our work done and behave, please. We don't want to have an incident that puts you into the March break on a discipline matter. And I have to mention the bathrooms, ladies and gentlemen. I think I've mentioned this before, but it is a point of focus for me as your principal to have good, clean, quality bathrooms for you students to use during the year. And if you ever go around to other schools, and I do it all the time when I'm at basketball games and various events, I often do not see bathrooms of the quality we have here at Cathedral. They're clean, they lock, there's toilet paper and soap. Now, we've been having trouble in both the male and female washrooms over the last couple of weeks. So I'm just going to remind everybody, you go into the bathroom, you go to the bathroom, you wash your hands, and you exit the bathroom. That's all you do in there. We've got groups of kids going in there and getting themselves into trouble. We've had vandalism. If you happen to see someone trashing the bathroom, it would be helpful to us if you let us know who it is, any different than if someone trashed your house. So I'm counting on you students to please respect your building, respect those bathrooms and each other. And again, you go in there, you wash your hands, you get out. That's it. Okay, and lastly, I've got a fun announcement. You may have noticed that after school, if you've been around, and sometimes during school, we've had visitors come into the school, alumni of Cathedral, checking out the Wall of Distinction and the historical mural. And a gentleman came last Thursday, and it was wonderful. His name was Mr. Stephen Dunn, and I think he's class of 51. And he was here with his family and friends, and you can do the math on that. If you were graduating in 1951, you can guess the age. It's a little estimation math problem for you. But he was here with his friends and family, and I believe his wife, and they had shirts printed, and he has a plaque. He actually had has had a great life and great career. He worked for CHCH News. But what he did was he sang the old Cathedral fight song. Now, when I was a student at Cathedral, I believe the grade 9s, we didn't really have the same anti-bullying rules that we have these days. And the grade 9s, if you can picture this in the cafeteria, there were 3 sections in the cafeteria for assemblies. The 11s and 12s were up front. The 9s were on one side, the 10s were in the other. And when you were in the 9 section, you just couldn't wait to get out of there. And it was kind of fearful to look at the grade 12s. And they used to make us sing the fight song, the first assembly of the year, if I'm not mistaken, because I couldn't remember why I remembered the words. So I'm going to post this on my Instagram, but I wanted to play the video of Mr. Stephen Dunn singing the old Cathedral fight song. And this song was sung at the boys' football games in the 50s.
That blue and white way down the field, they're fighters all with hearts that never yield. Across that line we'll crash to victory, for we must do or die for old Cathedral High. Get in there, fight you down, stalwart boys in blue. for we must not disgrace this good old school. Get in there, fight, you boys of Cathedral High. Get in there, fight, fight, fight.
You check out my Instagram, and I've been kind of quiet on Instagram this year, mainly because I've been afraid public health was going to see too many kids close together and I was going to get in trouble. So check out my Instagram today, CHS_daily, and you can see the shirts they printed and the lyrics to the old fight song, which you should learn. I'll give you till the end of the week. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. John.
Thank you, Mr. Daly. Good morning, everyone. Sir, I'm a little disappointed that you opted out to show the video and you didn't sing the fight song yourself. That might have been a minus in the overall performance. So anyhow, I just want to reiterate a little bit of what Mr. Daly mentioned in terms of your conduct. So we're in the last week prior to the March break. Mr. Hogan, Ms. Grappo, and myself will be monitoring all kinds of things. So we'll be in those bathrooms kind of checking out if there's any activity that shouldn't be happening. We'll be looking at attendance, we'll be looking at your overall conduct. So there's a number of things. Again, the expectation is that you exercise sensibility, right? You're here to get an education. If you're here to be entertained or to waste time, then maybe this isn't the school for you, right? If you have any questions with regards to any of the school expectations, whether it's uniform, attendance, your conduct, the way you speak to staff or any adult in the building, we would ask that you come down to the attendance office and see one of the VPs, and we'll clarify those issues for you. So just a quick bit of feedback regarding the lockdown last week. Overall, it was done well. Hamilton Police and Officer Lucas were here. They were very satisfied with the level of compliance. Just a few things, and that is when you're entering the building, you have no clue if the building is in lockdown until you open those first doors, because we don't have a siren outside. When you open those doors and you hear the lockdown siren, you are to vacate, you are to leave, you are to go to Tim Hortons, you are to go home, whatever the case might be. Do not enter the building. Secondly, with regards, and this is for staff, for covering of windows and doors, we're recommending on the next lockdown drill that you do not do that. We're hoping that you exercise whatever discretion you can within the room or the confines that you're located in, and those in your charge to secure everyone without any kind of interference with the window. For a couple of reasons. First of all, if the window's covered, then obviously someone's in the room. Second of all, paper, styrofoam, and tape may not always be available. You might be on an on-call. So if you're in an area where you're uncertain as to where those items are, it's best to practice safe security with what's there, and that should be nothing. So if someone's to look into that classroom door or window, whatever the case might be, and they can see feet sticking out or people moving about, that's problematic. So what you want to do is make sure that students are tucked away into the back corner of the class, away from the line of view from someone walking by and looking through that window. Okay, if there's any other questions, please come and see us down in attendance as well. With that, have an awesome day. Back to the desk.
All students returning to CHS in September are reminded to select your courses on your MyPath account. The due date for your course selections and the $40 activity fee is March 21st. Please book an appointment with any guidance counselor or visit the guidance office if you have any questions regarding your MyPath account or which courses to select. Grade 9 students can access a how-to PowerPoint on the Grade 9 LMS page. Thanks from your CHS guidance team.
Have you heard about co-op but aren't really sure what it is? Co-op is a hands-on learning experience that allows you to apply to 2 co-op credits towards your compulsory high school graduation requirements. You should take co-op to gain valuable work experience to help build your resume. It'll help you develop knowledge, skills, and attitudes needed to be successful in the future. If you have questions or like to sign up for co-op, see your guidance counselor.
A reminder for all swim team members to please meet in the forum today at 2:50 for a team picture. There will also be a Gale Pride meeting today after school in room 310. And there will be a diversity meeting after school tomorrow in room 307.
The junior girls volleyball team will play Bishop Bryan in the 1/4 final game tomorrow at 5:30 at Bishop Bryan. Be at Bishop Bryan by 4:45. There is a practice tomorrow at 7 in the morning. The senior girls volleyball team has a playoff at St. Thomas More on Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Thank you from the coaches.
Tonight's badminton club practice has been postponed to tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. in our gym. Thank you from the coaches. And those are all of your announcements for today, Cathedral.
Have a great day, Gales, and thanks for watching.
So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll.